the fact that you bring up the other YouTube creators and just seeing there and everyone hustling, did you ever felt like there was a huge competition? You ever feel like you were competing with anybody and you were just like jealous in any way?
Just Jason Vong and Sidney Diongzon. I'm just kidding. No, no, there wasn't anything at that point. To be honest, like at that stage, Jason, like I didn't care.
Okay.
I think 2017 me was like, yes,
Okay.
Jason Vong is on the radar.
Are you being serious though?
I'm being completely serious.
Okay. Okay.
But that
But
was
was
only
it-
2017.
But was it-
and
was
probably
it-
early?
Was it when
What?
we were doing Monday Live, or this is pre Monday Live?
I think we didn't we start Monday Live in late 2017.
Something like that.
I
Okay,
could've
so
sworn
you're saying like early 2017. That makes a lot of sense. If
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the case.
Like I think 2017, I was very focused on like the landscape of who you're going against and who's there.
Yeah.
Like I was concerned about in the beginning because I needed like, an incentive to want to chase something,
Yeah.
compete with.
Yeah.
But I think that was just early then. I think as soon as 2018 was rolling around, I just kind of stopped
That's good.
really caring. I guess towards the end of 2018 and moving on to 2019, I just didn't care as much anymore. It just
Yeah.
wasn't a big thing. But at the same time, Jason, the motivation died too. You
Mm.
see, it's a weird thing. I think the urgency, the competition was a great driving force, and I love competition. I'm assuming you love it too, to some degree. I mean, you must enjoy some aspect of it. Am I wrong, or am I assuming something? You're a competitive. Would you consider yourself a competitive person?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely not as like great, but yeah, I mean, I guess innately anyone is a little bit competitive, and I would say I am competitive in some regards. Yes.
Okay. Unless you want to be like Michael Jordan level of competitiveness.
No, I
and-
mean,
and then just start.
I feel like at some point, I feel like I'm the type of person that's like, yeah, I'm competitive. I'm gonna like go like dominate. And then after a while, it just sort of fizzles out for me. That's the kind of person that I am. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I mean, the thing too is that once you get to a pinnacle, I mean, there's always someone around the corner.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like no matter how hard you push, there's always something around the corner, and they'll just get you by surprise.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't worth thinking about constantly.
Yeah, it's so toxic, and the reason why I brought it up, and I kind of just want to hear it from you if you ever felt that way, is because all throughout 2018, all throughout 2019, what was the other external stress factor for me wasn't just making the views, making the brands happy, but also competition. Like you were asking me if I was a competitive person, and yeah, at the end of the day, it's like I'm compete. I saw you as a competition, but obviously once we started doing Monday Live, it was like, sort of like a more of a healthy competition, right? It's just
Yeah,
like, all
it was
right.
just it was a fun thing to bring up. It was
Yeah.
just a fun thing to poke at.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it was more like we're all trying to go in the same direction together.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
And
Yeah.
I like that, and I truly did. But when it comes to like a different creator, I'm gonna be completely honest here. Like it was toxic. It was unhealthy because I also saw Sidney as like competition. Sidney Diongzon. I'm just like, it got to the point where I think he was doing super well, so well. And I think he hit a certain milestone before we did, and I'm just like, how the hell did this happen? And I had to like kind of like mute his posts and mute his videos because I'm just like, I can't look at this. I'm like feeling so crappy about myself that someone else who's working in the same related kind of content in the feud is doing so much better than I am. I couldn't take it. And it's not just like Sydney too, but there's like so many like other creators that made me feel this way. It was hard on me. It was really hard on me to also have that stress lingering in the back of my mind. But this year, just sort of like in 2020, I sort of made it a goal where I'm just like, you know what, I don't really care anymore. Like, I don't want to see my friends as like a toxic competition. I'd rather us sort of like be in a more healthy sort of competition. Like the type of
Right.
motivation that we had for each other was just like, oh
Right,
man,
right.
Daddy, oh look at you, I'm catching up, buddy. I don't want to be like, what the why is this person beating me? Like, it was just so toxic. It was just, I hated that about myself. I hated feeling jealous, and I hated not
Right.
being fully happy for, my friend's success. Now I'm just like, I'm trying to view it more positively. I'm just like, you know what? Good on this person, good on City for finally hitting 100K, good on this
Right,
person
right.
for like getting the views, good on Potato Jet for 500,000 subs, freaking Potato Jet. Oh, that kind of deal.
But they
But
work for it, right? They work
yeah,
for it. They found something that worked, and that's how they're pushing through.
yeah.
I know that I have felt those things before, and I try to let things go and not think about it too much. But completely agree. I
Press A to
completely
let
agree.
go. Press A to let go.
I felt those things too. Like I said, when things were in the heat of competition and you're trying to climb those numbers.
Yeah.
But what's great, the thing I think we've talked about in the past, was that the fact that there are so many more people that are interested in the particular topic area is not a bad thing. So let's
No.
say Potato Jet gets 500,000 subscribers or something, if he's not already at that point, right? That means there's 500,000 people that are interested in similar content to what you're doing. So for you, it's more just like, well, at some point, I'm going to get some of those people to join my particular channel at some point. So I started to change my perception. Like even when Jared Polin was like climbing up the hill, or even Tony and Chelsea Northrup when they were hitting that 1 million mark, I was like, wow, we finally have a channel other than Digital Rev that hit 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
They literally broke a barrier to let you know that you can do this. And it was like I always viewed him as a competition, even though I would never amount to that many subscribers, right? I was like, oh God, I'll never catch up to Jared Pun. Oh God, I'll never catch up to Tony and Chelsea Northrup. But in my head, I was like, well, that's so many more subscribers that are into photography that you could reach to. There's more people out there now than there's ever been that's been interested in this topic, and they did the groundwork to get them to subscribe to something. Because before then, the way I saw it, there were people that watched videos, but they never bothered subscribing. So you never knew if they watched your video or not. But they were able to convince that many people to hit the subscribe button. Meaning, there's other people. They're probably they might be willing to hit subscribe on your video too. So
That's
if
interesting.
I
Yeah.
just keep it in that perspective, I think it's a positive thing, and it just keeps you in the mindset of like, it's great there's people succeeding on the platform. It just means that the doors are wide open and there's a lot of opportunity. You just have to chase it. You really do still have to chase it, but it comforts me knowing that that's also an option that you can still pull in those people in too. It's not a one-way street.
That's good. I mean, like the fact that you were able to sort of see that really quickly. It's awesome. Like for me, I've never really saw Jared Polin or like Tony and Chelsea as competition. I'm just like these were the greats. These are these are like our sort of like our forefathers and foremothers
Right,
of
right.
the whole photography and the videography game. Like I look up to them. I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. But I've never, like you said, I didn't really see it the way that you saw it. It was just more like the way that I saw it was like, there are so many of these different channels, but I have to remember not everybody watches the same channel. They're subscribing for the different personalities and the different takes. That's sort of for me clicked for me as to like, okay, there's so many of us out there, but as long as they're not confusing me with Potato Jet or that one camera guy, they know that I'm someone different. You know what I'm saying? So at
Right,
the end of the
right.
day, yeah, it's just sort of like putting your own unique spin into it, and that's what people are going to be coming back for. So I'm always someone that's just like, okay, my edge is that I'm the guy that's talking about Sony. You come to me for the Sony stuff. You go to like people like Peter McKinnon for the Canon stuff. And it's just
But Jason,
finding
there's
that,
just so much more people there now.
yeah, there's
It's
so much more.
insane. It's insane, Jason. It's insane from 2017 to now. The amount of people that are now talking about Sony.
It's
It's
exponential.
insane.
It's
It's
exponential.
insane. And anything and everything I see, everyone's using a Sony camera to film their videos. It doesn't even have. They don't. They're not even They're not even a camera channel. They're all using Sonys.
Yeah,
A lot of
it's
them are, or Panasonics, but for the most part, Sonys.
it's wild. It is
Oh,
incredibly wild. I feel like I feel like you have to sort of evolve from
yes.
your content. For the full episode of this Monday Offline podcast, check out the link in the description box below. And if what we talked about in this highlight clip resonated with you, let us know in the comments. For more highlight clips like these, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and stay tuned.